God, do I love my job. We opened up today with The Last of Us, then I showed you Unfinished Swan, and now I get to end my day with Mr. Todd Pappy, game director of God of War freaking Ascension. Man, it is an honor to be in front of you. How are
thank you. I'm excellent. It's been a good show.
So, immediately, you're on stage E3. How does it feel? You just walk on like a boss, grab the controller, and you play.
I am sweating. You can actually see in some of the far shots, my hands, I'm rubbing my hands down my hands.
I caught that at times, like he's sweating. I know Pappy, he's sweating.
I was nervous. I messed up a couple of times, but, I don't think anybody saw it. Some of the team knew, and they're like,
that's on. So, off the bat, we're about to show everyone the demo again, but we're going to actually do a walkthrough. We're going to break it down, rebuild it, and walk our audience through the God of War Ascension demo, single-player demo. First off, I want to show off the fact that of the new Kratos model. Talk about the new Kratos model, facial animation.
So Patrick Murphy, our lead character artist, completely rebuilt him from head to toe. So whole new garb, whole new blades, and then actually just whole new model and normal maps, so on and so forth. So we, again, with God of War 3, we're getting a new engine. We're kind of learning how to dance with it. Now we're mastering it, and we're actually showing it off. So, and then from here, this is the model you're seeing in game. This is the model you're seeing in cutscenes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like the camera's just really close in right now.
Yeah.
So the moment he starts the demo, the camera's gonna pull back, and it's the exact same model.
Exact same model.
See, that's impressive.
We don't switch out the character at all.
No smoke and mirrors. So let's get started. See what happens.
All right.
So where are we? Can you reveal where in the story this is at?
Yeah. So this is I would say about 60% into the story.
Okay.
And where Kratos is arriving is the island of Delos, which is basically the birthplace of Artemis and Apollo. And Kratos is here for an item that will help him on his journey. But there's this whole big statue that was built in the honor of Apollo.
Right on. Now, what did that guy do?
He died. He got stabbed in the back.
Now, talk about this new.
So this is actually our satyr captain. So he's basically the thinking AI to these grunts or these small satyrs. And then
so
here,
when it comes to game design, attack him first, take out the leader, and they all go out. Okay.
So here, the whole idea behind it is this is our sub weapon. So we've got multiple sub weapons that you can pick up and use, but basically it's easy for us to interswitch between that and blades. And what we've done is we've actually moved the R1 or the circle, the grab button. We moved that to R1, and then now we've got the sub weapons on circle.
Cool. Now looks like there's some new prompts, some new icons that are popping out the website.
Yeah.
God of War 3.
So those are our halos. We didn't want to put an R1 up there.
Okay.
So, but there's different states. Like there's a stun state, and then there's a kill state.
Cool.
But if Jeff actually tethers into this guy, so tether red. So yeah.
I'm assuming
that's
a kill
state. That's a kill state. But Jeff can tether into him, and then he can swing at him, and he can also make the character drop their sword. Now Jeff can throw it, weaponize this guy, which is grabbing him, swinging him around, so if other AI around there, then it knocks him out. And then,
there we go.
Chop the head off.
Nice. Now, how fun is it for your animators to animate a death like that?
Oh, I think they have a great time.
Now, are your animators very upset? Are they rageful like Kratos, or are they just very sweet?
No, actually, most of them are so peaceful and so unassuming. Like, you wouldn't expect that. That's what they do in their life.
Which would explain why they make such great animations, because they're always sitting there quietly plotting.
Exactly. So here, we've got our traditional CS moves, and then we're also showing off some new ones. Obviously, he died by skewering.
Okay, so let's talk about the camera. Like, the camera work is phenomenal. Like,
oh, thank you.
The camera's flying in and out. It's like it's this great, cool experience. And again, it's no smoke and mirrors. This is actually the game.
Yes, this is the game. We do not do. We do Apex, but every now and then, for the most part, it is all in game.
So this is a new feature. Talk about
exactly.
this.
So this is what we're calling life cycle, and the whole idea behind it is that Jeff can actually take it so that it is completely pristine, and then once it's completely pristine, you still can't get up there. So now you got to take it and you got to rewind it to 50%.
That's what you were doing in the demo.
Exactly. So you can take it, you can rewind it to 50%, and then now you can actually navigate on these pieces.
Very cool.
And
again, there's that camera work.
Yeah.
I love
exactly. and this will allow you to get over to the next area.
Okay.
And so this is an example of an extremely light puzzle with life cycle.
Got it.
Now we've got much more complicated stuff in there, but we wanted to be able to show off in the demo in a very, very quick nutshell what the life cycle does and what's special to our game about it.
Right on. Now, I remember the first time I saw God of War Ascension, first thing I picked up on was the fact that he no longer opens up chests. He just smashes them.
Yeah, and then here's a different side of him too, where he actually saves somebody.
Yeah, what's up with that? Like, when did he go soft?
It's more, he was soft and then he went hard.
Okay.
Really so cool. Here's another sub-weapon.
Nice.
And then it's...
What's that called?
Pull up different.
That's what you were trying to do. I knew you were trying to pull that off yesterday.
Exactly.
Trying to float him and throw him spear him like he missed it. Yep.
So it's a combination of using the life cycle as well as the sub-weapon. Cool. And then here he's got him on tether.
Oh, that's great.
And then he can still attack, and then he can use him as a wrecking ball.
Do you know Nick Cheshire back at Destructoid? He's over at Harmonix now. Him and I are huge God of War fans. He had the best tweet last night. He's like, the press conference could have just been 30 minutes of fan fiction and Tom Pappy playing God of War Ascension for the next hour.
Awesome.
So you got fans, dude.
Oh, thank you. So, and then here's the first interaction that Kratos has with Charybdis.
Very cool. Love that.
It's a nice big tentacle.
Yep. Great. So, what was the design decision to move the props to the sides of the screen? Because before it was right over.
Yeah, well, it's basically really just player can focus on the action, and then they can read in the periphery, okay, yeah, this is where the button is.
Great.
And it also corresponds to the face button, so if it's, X, then, it's down low. So, people that play other systems or anything like that, they can easily understand, hey, this is what we're trying to do. So, Jeff actually did something where he kicked him, and so this is kind of our bare-handed sub-weapon.
Okay.
So, you punch and kick, and...
now, it looks like he's got some new moves. Has the controls changed at all?
The controls have changed a little bit, but
okay.
It's not going to be one of those things where within the first 5 minutes, you'll understand exactly what we've done and how we've done it.
So something I've also noticed is the fact that now Kratos has these really neat slow motion moments. Like, the camera pulls in, like this.
Exactly. So, for example, this is a new mechanic that we're showing off, which is, we're calling it the Rage mechanic. In the past, we've had kind of the Rage of Gods or the Rage of Titans.
Right.
And this is something that's built up over 15 to 20 fights. This is something that you can get every single fight. If you parry, if you evade at the last moment, if you fight well. And so we want to reward players for actually fighting like Kratos versus dinking and dunking kind of thing.
I got it. See, that was great. That was the fact that you used the camera to pull back to give the gamer the indicator that this is the way you're supposed to go.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. In the past, with climb walls, we've always kind of put ladders there or broken ladders.
Why here? Now you just kind of pull that camera back and say, you're supposed to go this way. So who's this guy? This guy was awesome.
This is our, what we call Elephantar in-house. So basically, this is our new Minotaur. This is, we wanted to go a little bit with a little bit of a Persian theme. So we've kind of shown off the Persian tile set with the multiplayer, but we wanted to show off this guy and show off some of our new mechanics. So
there's animation.
So this is our one of our new magics, and so
Kratos is peacocking.
So we wanted to get a lot more cinematic, a lot more flair to it.
Oh yeah.
In the past, it's been kind of always pulled back.
Now, one thing I've noticed that we were joking about is color.
Yeah.
This is a very colorful God of War.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Well, and that was a conscious decision, but between Chris Sutton and myself. He's our art director, and so it was one of those things where we know the game looks phenomenal. We've won awards for it and everything. Now, thank you. We wanted to infuse some of the color back into it, and I completely understand. With killing the god of the sun, I can understand why there is no light, and why it's raining all the time.
Okay, this is cool. I don't remember seeing this yesterday. Okay, I remember this part. Yeah. Okay.
So basically, in God of War 1, the creatures were a little bit more formidable. They would manhandle you a little bit more. So that was kind of an idea behind it. And then here, this is our promptless minigame. So the whole idea behind it is basically you can attack and you dodge. And that's all you do. You just read what the character's doing, and you do it at an appropriate time.
It almost reminds me of Fight Night in a way. I don't know why
I would harken back more towards Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and then obviously those things will end with gory kills, and only certain creatures will have them. And then from here, this is
phenomenal camera work.
Up close with Charybdis.
Ah, what a phenomenal ending, dude. So, thank you so much for showing us that.
No problem.
As being Todd Papy, how does it feel knowing that you're working on such an amazing franchise?
It's one of those things where I work with such a wonderful team.
Absolutely.
If I was going to equate it to something, it would be I'm Demi Moore, and there's 200 Patrick Swayzes behind me that you don't see that make my job so much easier.
That's so cool.
So, but I love the team. I've been there for extremely long time, and it's almost like a second family.
Well, now that you finally showed off single player, what's next? I know you want to go back to the studio and keep working on it. What's next for you guys?
Next thing is basically just tightening up the multiplayer, getting all the features that we want in there. To we're showing kind of a subset of what we're trying to do.
Right on.
And now it's just finishing up the game, man.
So let's be honest. What's been the reception with multiplayer? Has it been positive, negatives? Are people still trying to figure out what multiplayer is with God of War?
I think now that people are getting their hands on it, they're understanding what it is and what we're going for. So and so I want to make sure that it feels it feels special. It feels like God of War, and I think since people can play it now. I haven't had a chance to go and talk to anybody or anything like that.
You should do that right now after this interview. Be like, so what do you think? I'm sure they're impressed because I love the God of War multiplayer. You should be really, really proud of that. So, any closing comments, anything you want to add besides the fact that you actually announced the date?
Yes. So, we are shipping March 12th, 2013.
Nice. So, I got to ask, you guys set a date. Is that a good or a bad thing?
It's a good thing.
Okay.
It's a good thing. For us, it's when we set a date, we know what our target is, and sometimes when you get moving targets, then things get kind of squishy, and you get feature creep and so on and so forth. We've got a very, very clear deadline, and the team will work towards that.
Phenomenal. Drop that date one more time.
March 12th, 2013.
Dude, always a pleasure, man.
Thanks,
Thank you so much for your time. Hell yeah.